Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams, and with me is Anuja Kumar with the midday news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Gurpurab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat. Says nation will never forget sacrifices made by Sikh brothers during British rule. Centre deploys multidisciplinary teams in 10 states reporting rise in COVID-19 cases. 415 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 141 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.4%. Nation pays homage to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his birth anniversary. Good Governance Day being observed to mark the day. Speaking on the occasion in New Delhi, Home Minister Amit Shah says government moving forward on path of bringing transformation in the country. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. Christmas being celebrated across the globe. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet people on the occasion. And in Under-19 Asia Cup cricket, match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause for concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline number 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the nation will never forget the sacrifices made by Sikh brothers during the British rule. Remembering the supreme sacrifices of the Sikh community during India's freedom struggles, Mr. Modi said the land of Jallianwala Bagh is the living example of this sacrifice. The Prime Minister was addressing the Gurpurab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat through video conferencing today.
हमारे गुरुओं का योगदान केवल समाज और आध्यात्म तक ही सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि हमारा राष्ट्र का चिंतन, राष्ट्र की आस्था और अखंडता अगर आज सुरक्षित है तो उसके मूल में भी सिख गुरुओं की महान तपस्या है। गुरु नानक देव जी के समय से ही आप देखिए, जब विदेशी आक्रांता तलवार के दम पर भारत की सत्ता और संपदा को हथियाने में लगे थे, तब गुरु नानक देव जी ने कहा था, पाप की जंज लई काबुल हो धाया, चोरी मंगे दानुवे लालो। यानी पाप और जुल्म की तलवार लेकर बाबर काबुल से आया है और जोर जुल्म से भारत की हुकूमत का कन्यादान मांग रहा है।
Mr. Modi said messages of Guru Nanak Dev Ji have played a crucial role in India's national integration. He said, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's courageous battle against Aurangzeb and his sacrifice teaches us how to fight against religious bigotry. Similarly, the life of the 10th Guru, Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, is also full of examples of sacrifices. The Prime Minister said that Gujarat is feeling proud that Bhai Mokham Singh, the 4th Guru Sikh of Panj Pyare, who had founded Khalsa Panth, belonged to Gujarat. He said that Gurudwara Bet Dwarka in Devbhoomi Dwarka district of Gujarat has been created in the memory of Bhai Mokham Singh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the grace of historic Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch is intact despite a series of natural calamities in the past. He said that every year from 23rd to 25th of December, Sikh Sangat of Gujarat celebrates the Gurpurab of Guru Nanak Dev at Lakhpat Sahib Gurudwara, which is historically connected with Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
गुरुद्वारा लखपत साहिब समय की हर गति का साक्षी रहा है। आज जब मैं इस पवित्र स्थान से जुड़ रहा हूं तो मुझे याद आ रहा है कि अतीत में लखपत साहब ने कैसे कैसे झंझावातों को देखा है। एक समय ये स्थान दूसरे देशों में जाने के लिए, व्यापार के लिए एक प्रमुख केंद्र होता था। इसीलिए तो गुरु नानक देव जी के पग यहां पड़े थे। चौथी उदासी के दौरान गुरु नानक देव जी कुछ दिन के लिए यहां रहे थे, लेकिन समय के साथ ये शहर वीरान हो गया। समंदर भी इसे छोड़कर दूर चला गया। सिंध दरिया ने भी अपना मुख मोड़ लिया। 1998 के समुद्री तूफान से इस जगह को, गुरुद्वारा लखपत साहब को काफी नुकसान हुआ और 2001 के भूकंप को कौन भूल सकता है। उसने गुरुद्वारा साहब की 200 साल पुरानी इमारत को बड़ी क्षति पहुंचाई थी, लेकिन फिर भी आज हमारा गुरुद्वारा लखपत साहिब वैसे ही गौरव के साथ खड़ा है।
The Prime Minister said the entire country is dreaming for Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, and our aim is the emergence of a new India. He said our priority is to serve the poor and marginalized people of the country. He said Gurudwaras across the country played a crucial role during the difficult time of COVID by serving humanity.
कोरोना के कठिन समय में हमारे गुरुद्वारों ने जिस तरह सेवा की जिम्मेदारी उठाई, वो गुरु साहब की कृपा और उनके आदर्शों का ही प्रतीक है। यानी एक तरह से हर गुरु ने अपने अपने समय में देश को जैसी जरूरत थी वैसा नेतृत्व दिया, हमारी पीढ़ियों का पथ प्रदर्शन किया।
Multidisciplinary central teams have been deployed in the 10 identified states which are reporting a rise in COVID-19 cases, including new variant Omicron and slow vaccination. Union Health Ministry said the teams have been sent to Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Mizoram, Karnataka, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Punjab. These teams will be stationed in states for 3 to 5 days and will work along with state health authorities in the management of COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, Niti Aayog member Health, Dr. V.K. Paul said, stressed on the need for following COVID-appropriate behavior like wearing of mask and constant vigil.
Rising outbreak of Omicron in many countries. Even in our own country, we have Omicron virus. Virus has not gone away. We are right now in a control situation in regard to pandemic. But in order to ensure that the situation remains under control, we must ensure that we as adults have taken 2 doses of vaccine. We must wear masks. We must avoid large gatherings. We must celebrate these events, but celebrate them within the family. We must not give an upper hand to the virus. Let our care, our precautions continue.
415 cases of Omicron have been reported in the country so far. Out of the total Omicron cases, Maharashtra has reported highest number of 108 cases, followed by Delhi 79 and Gujarat with 43 cases. The Union Health Ministry said till now 115 patients have been discharged after recovery.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed the 141 crore mark. The Union Health Ministry said more than 66,09,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours under the nationwide vaccination drive. The ministry said 7,286 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate stands at 98.4%. The country reported 7,189 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. The Union Government today said more than 148 crore 37 lakh doses of COVID vaccines have been provided to states and union territories so far. Health and Family Welfare Ministry said more than 17 crore 74 lakh unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories and private hospitals to be administered.
In Uttar Pradesh, night curfew will be imposed from tonight. The decision was taken by the Chief Minister after a review meeting with senior officials, keeping in view the rising cases of Omicron in the country. Officials have been asked to keep extra vigil around airports, bus stations and railway stations and also instructed to conduct the testing of each and every person entering into the state. Meanwhile, the Gujarat government has also extended the duration of the night curfew following the rise of Omicron cases. The night curfew will be enforced from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. instead of 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. in Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot, Vadodara, Junagadh, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar and Gandhinagar. The Maharashtra government has announced new COVID guidelines. The state government has decided to impose some additional restrictions on the entire state. As per the new directive, a gathering of more than 5 persons in public places across the state is prohibited from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Only 100 people will be allowed in indoor weddings and not more than 250 in outdoor weddings. Restaurants, gyms, spa, hotel, theatre and cinema halls will now operate at 50% capacity.
The nation is paying homage to former Prime Minister and Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his 97th birth anniversary today. The day is also celebrated as Good Governance Day. The veteran leader was elected 10 times to the Lok Sabha and twice to the Rajya Sabha. He was a parliamentarian par excellence who had the trust, affection and belief of the people in his leadership. He has also written and published many poems in Hindi.
टूटे हुए सपने की सुने कौन सिसकी, अंतर को चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी, हार नहीं मानूंगा रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता मिटाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ.
President Ramnath Kovind, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, BJP President JP Nadda, Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh, several other union ministers, family members of the former Prime Minister paid floral tributes at Sadaiv Atal, the memorial of Atal Bihari Vajpayee in Delhi. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also paid tributes to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his birth anniversary. In a tweet, Mr. Naidu said one of the tallest Indian leaders, Atalji was an eminent parliamentarian, able administrator, prolific writer, mesmerizing orator, and above all, a great human being.
Home Minister Amit Shah has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given a corruption-free government in the last 7 years. He said that central government is moving forward on the path of bringing transformation in the country, where urban and rural areas are being developed by fulfilling the aspiration of the people. Addressing the valedictory session of Good Governance Day in New Delhi, Mr. Shah said, good governance refers to a transparent government with a vision of inclusive growth for all as well as in every sector.
मगर 2014 में जब मोदी जी की सरकार आई, पहली बार लोगों को इस बात का अनुभव हुआ कि सरकार चलाने के लिए नहीं आई है, ये सरकार देश को बदलने के लिए आई. और ये जो देश को बदलने का कंसेप्ट था, स्वराज तो मिल गया, मगर सुराज कब मिलेगा, ये सबके मन में क्वेश्चन मार्क था. 70 साल के अंदर धीरे धीरे हमारी डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम पर से लोगों का भरोसा उठता जा रहा था, क्योंकि लोकतंत्र के सुफल लोगों तक तभी पहुंचते हैं जब स्वराज को हम सुराज के अंदर परिवर्तित करें, सुशासन के अंदर परिवर्तित करें. और नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने लोगों की ये जो अपेक्षा थी स्वराज को सुराज में परिवर्तित करने की, इसको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जमीन पर उतारने का काम किया.
Speaking on the occasion, Minister of State for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jitendra Singh said that more than 80% of the work of government is being done online. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has brought a paradigm shift with the minimum government, maximum governance approach. Dr. Jitendra Singh said a common eligibility test will be conducted across the country from next year. He said National Recruitment Agency will conduct the test to bring about ease of recruitment for young job aspirants.
अक्सर देखा गया जो आर्थिक दृष्टि से कमजोर बच्चे थे, विशेषकर बेटियां, एक साथ 3 इम्तिहान हो जाते, एक जगह रेलवेज का, एक जगह बैंकिंग का, एक जगह सीएसएस का. अफोर्डेबिलिटी की कमी थी, जा नहीं पाते थे. उसको सरल करने के लिए एक कॉमन टेस्ट अगले वर्ष से हम करेंगे एनआरए के माध्यम से, और देश के प्रत्येक जिले में कम से कम एक सेंटर होगा ताकि बच्चे को कहीं बाहर यात्रा भी न करनी पड़े. और जहां बड़ा जिला होगा उससे हम 2 केंद्र भी बनाएंगे.
The Vice President and the Prime Minister paid tributes to the great freedom fighter and nationalist Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya on his birth anniversary. In a tweet, the Vice President said he was a passionate educationist, erudite scholar and a social reformer.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Guru Parab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat. Says nation will never forget sacrifices made by Sikh brothers during British rule. Centre deploys multidisciplinary teams in 10 states reporting a rise in COVID-19 cases. 415 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 141 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.4%. Nation pays homage to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his birth anniversary. Good Governance Day being observed to mark the day. Speaking on the occasion in New Delhi, Home Minister Amit Shah says government moving forward on path of bringing transformation in the country. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. Christmas being celebrated across the globe. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet people on the occasion. And in Under-19 Asia Cup cricket, match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the Midday News. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. It will be the 84th episode of the monthly radio program. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said he received several inputs for this month's Mann Ki Baat, which will be the last one of the year 2021. It will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan, AIR News website and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR News, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed this morning in a gunfight with security forces in Chaugam area of South Shopian district. Talking to AIR News, Director General of Police Dilbag Singh said incriminating material including arms and ammunition have been recovered from the encounter site.
ऑपरेशन का सिलसिला बराबर पिछले कुछ दिनों से जारी है. कल भी एक कामयाब ऑपरेशन अरवदी नक्सलात में था जिसमें लश्कर तौबा का एक दहशतगर्द मारा गया था. उसी कड़ी में आज शोपियां जिले में ऑपरेशन अर्ली मॉर्निंग लॉन्च किया था. जो ऑपरेशन खत्म हुआ है अभी और उसमें 2 दहशतगर्द लश्कर तौबा के मारे गए हैं. ये सिलसिला श्रीनगर सिटी में भी बराबर जारी है और हम लोग की कोशिश है कि जो लोगों की जान माल का नुकसान करने वाले और अलग अलग जगह पे दहशतगर्दी की कार्रवाइयां करने वाले दहशतगर्द हैं इनका अच्छी तादाद में जल्द अज जल्द सफाया होता रहे.
Christmas is being celebrated across the globe today. Christians all over the world celebrate the day to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. Midnight Mass and special prayers are held in churches with bells and carols reverberating the praise of Lord Jesus, ushering in the spirit of Christmas. The fervour of the festive season is high in Goa, which is a famous tourist destination, and local as well as foreign tourists have come to Goa to participate in Christmas and New Year's celebration events. Midnight masses, accompanied by pealing of church bells and fireworks, ushered in Christmas in the state. More from our correspondent.
In local Konkani language, Christmas is known as Natla. Cribs depicting the birth of Jesus have been installed in many places, giving a beautiful look. Christmas stars installed in some cities have turned out to be a center of attraction. Carols sung by various groups provide an incredible color to festivities. Local and foreign tourists as well have arrived in Goa, and the programs will continue till New Year celebrations. COVID guidelines are strictly followed. Mukesh Thari, AIR News, Panaji, Goa.
In Kerala, cribs with figurines depicting nativity of Jesus Christ were placed in churches. Major Archbishop of the Syro-Malabar Church, Cardinal Mar George Alancherry, led the prayers at Mount St. Thomas in Kochi. In Mizoram, religious fervour of Christmas has gripped every nook and corner.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have extended their greetings to the nation on the occasion of Christmas. And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
Today, we remember Bhupendranath Datta, well-known Indian sociologist and revolutionary freedom fighter. Born in Calcutta in 1880, Bhupendranath Datta was the younger brother of Swami Vivekananda. His religious and social beliefs were shaped by Brahmo Samaj, which included belief in a casteless society, in a single god, and revolts against superstition.
In 1902, he joined the Revolutionary Society of Bengal that was directed by Pramathnath Mitra. During this period, he became a close associate of Sri Aurobindo and Barindra Ghosh. He was also the editor of a newspaper called Yugantar Patrika. In 1907, Datta was arrested by British police with the charge of sedition and was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment.
During World War I, Bhupendranath went to Germany and started revolutionary and political activities there. In the annual conference of Indian National Congress, organized in Karachi in 1930, he proposed a fundamental right for Indian farmers, which was later accepted by the Congress Committee. He also chaired 2 All India Trade Union Congress's annual conferences.
Being an active member in political activities, Bhupendranath was arrested several times by the British police. He breathed his last on the 25th of December 1961. AIR News salutes the great son of the soil.
कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा, बाधा है आती है आए, घृणित रह की घोर कटाए, पांवों के नीचे अंगारे, सर पर बरसे यदि ज्वालाएं, निज हाथों से हंसते हंसते आग लगाकर चलना होगा, कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा.
25th of December is also the birth anniversary of freedom fighter, poet and former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was born in 1924 in Gwalior. In 1942, at the age of 16 years, Vajpayee and his elder brother, Prem, were arrested for 24 days during the Quit India movement. He was active in social life as a member of the youth wing of the Arya Samaj. He gave up studying law due to the partition riots.
टूटे हुए सपने की सुने कौन सिसकी, अंतर को चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी, हार नहीं मानूंगा रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता मिटाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ.
Post-independence, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was one of the founder members of Bharatiya Janasangh. He also served as the Prime Minister of India. His rule is remembered for Pokhran II nuclear test, major infrastructure projects like Golden Quadrilateral Highways and liberalization reforms.
Vajpayee was also a renowned poet. His published works include Kaidi Kaviraj Ki Kundaliyan and Amar Aag Hai. For his invaluable contributions for the nation's cause, he was awarded the Bharat Ratna in 2015. The noble soul breathed his last on 16th of August 2018.
December 25 is also the birth anniversary of Mahamana Madan Mohan Malviya. An educationist and a lawyer, Malviya was an important figure in the non-cooperation movement. He renounced his well-established practice of law in 1911 to serve the cause of education and social service. He participated actively in the non-cooperation movement. In 1928, he joined Lala Lajpat Rai, Jawaharlal Nehru and many others in protesting against the Simon Commission.
Simon Commission! Simon Commission! Bharat Mata Ki Jai!
During the civil disobedience movement, he was arrested in 1932. Malviya was the only leader of the Indian National Congress who served as its president for 4 terms during the freedom struggle. Malviya was the principal founder of the Banaras Hindu University in 1916. He was conferred the Bharat Ratna along with former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2015. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewellery. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, Jago Grahak Jago.
As part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to mark the 75th year of India's independence, the Shankaraparani River Festival will be held in Puducherry this evening. In Madhya Pradesh, World Sangeet Tansen Festival will start from today. The festival will be organized till the 30th of December in Gwalior. This is the 97th edition of the festival.
In cricket, India were 218 for 9 in 47 overs against Pakistan in a 50-over group stage match of ACC Under-19 Asia Cup in Dubai when reports last came in. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and opted to field. Skipper Yash Dhal led Team India thrashed host UAE by 154 runs in their opening match in Dubai on Thursday. The tournament is being played ahead of the Under-19 World Cup in the West Indies next month.
As 2021 draws to a close and a new year is nearly upon us, it is time to reflect and cherish the beautiful memories the past year gave us. 2021 gave India many proud moments. It was the year when Indians were taking over coveted leadership roles in the Global Forum. Parag Agarwal became the newest member in a growing club of Indians holding the topmost posts at global tech companies when he was appointed as the CEO of the microblogging platform Twitter. The 37-year-old alumnus of IIT Bombay had joined Twitter in 2011. He was reportedly one of the first choices of the company's co-founder, Jack Dorsey, in the line of succession. In another proud moment for the country, Maharashtra-born Leena Nair joined the list of Indian CEOs of multinational brands in December. Her appointment as the CEO of the luxury fashion house Chanel was unprecedented. In the field of glamour, India's Harnaaz Sandhu made the nation proud by bagging the long-yearned-for Miss Universe title at the 70th edition of the beauty pageant event in December. Now let's just take a quick look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi is experiencing clear sky. Mumbai and Kolkata are likely to have mainly clear sky. Leh and Gilgit likely to have generally cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky, becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In the northeast and Guwahati, minimum temperature was 10 degrees. Maximum will be around 26 degrees Celsius. Imphal, Shillong will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Gurpurab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat. Says nation will never forget sacrifices made by Sikh brothers during British rule. Centre deploys multidisciplinary teams in 10 states reporting rise in COVID-19 cases. 415 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far. India's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 141 crore mark. Nation pays homage to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on birth anniversary. Good Governance Day being observed to mark the day. Speaking on the occasion in New Delhi, Home Minister Amit Shah says government moving forward on path of bringing transformation in the country. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. Christmas being celebrated across the globe. President, Vice President, Prime Minister greet people on the occasion. And in Under-19 Asia Cup cricket match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. And with that, we end the midday news.